Boker Tov, chickens.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, Rabbi.
How's everybody this morning?
Good. How about you, Rabbi?
Good. Everybody turn on their cameras. Camera smammers. All right, there's one. Alime, there's Alime. This tall Alime. He's getting so tall. We got the puzzle cube and his minions next to him. Puzzle cube and minions. All right, there's the Lara land. I guess no Sanchez land this morning just yet. Okay, I don't see them up there. All righty, let's start off our week. Okay, Lev's gonna pray. Wethead Lev. And then the Manjaris are gonna do the Shema. And Lev's gonna do the 10 Commandments in English. Start us off there, Larry Baloney.
Thank you, Lord, for this day.
Louder, do it louder.
Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for everything. Please help us to learn your Torah and help us to pay attention and participate in what you are teaching us today, and help us not to get distracted. And in Yeshua's name, amen.
Shema Israel, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malkuto, Leolam Vayed. Hear Israel, the Lord our God is one God. Commandments.
I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Do not make any idols in front of my face. Do not use the name of the Lord in vain. Keep the Shabbat holy. Honor your mother and father. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not covet.
Very good, Lev. To concentrate during Asher being Asher. Asher, you gonna do the 10 Commandments?
He's actually in the other room right now.
I know, he's getting kind of loud. All righty. All right, so now we're in Parasha number 20. That is Shemot Exodus 27:20 through Shemot 30 verse 10. But the main part of our Parasha is okay, we got everybody there. All right. Is 28:2. Let's see. Marlies, read Shemot 28 verse 2.
You are to make for your brother Aaron garments set apart for serving God, expressing dignity and splendor.
Thank you, Marlies. All right, so what we're going to be talking about this week, the main part of the whole of this particular Parasha is to be setting apart. So everybody take a close look at the picture there. We got groups of people. What do you think about, why do you think there's a crack between the two groups of people, Lev? Why do you think there's a crack between the two people? What do you think that represents?
I think it's because the one side is set apart for something, and the other part is not set apart, but the other side is set apart for God.
Okay, all right. Let's see what Marlies thinks. Marlies, what do you think? Why do you think we got the yellow people on one side and the orange people on the other side? What do you think? What do you think this picture represents?
Well, like separating different kinds of people.
What do you mean separating different kinds of people? Why would we be talking about that?
Because God consecrates or separates his people from the people who do not believe in him or love him.
Okay, people that are not pleasing him or loving him. What do you think there, Mr. Benjamin Sanchez Manning?
What? I don't know what the question is.
The question is, you should have been paying attention.
We weren't. We just got here right now.
Oh, okay, you just got
We
here. Well, we're looking at the picture.
Because
We're looking at the picture, and we got a crack between the red people and the green people. What do you think this picture represents? Why do we have a grouping of red, a grouping of purple, the grouping of blue, the grouping of green?
maybe it's like it signifies like the elderly, like wise men. They could be in a group, wise men, and and young men, and maybe children, and then young men, and then there can be like adults, like um adults, and then women.
Okay, all right. So you think it's grouping of people by gender because there's male and female. There's no 21 genders. I don't care if you think you're a dog. You're not a dog. Oh, sorry. It just came out. All right. So Ben, that's pretty good. Elisheva, can you say holy and unholy, Elisheva? Can you say holy?
Holy, unholy,
Say it nice and loud.
holy. Say holy, louder.
Come on, you can say it loud. I've heard you scream and yell and blah, 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 blah.
Say holy, unholy.
Very good, very good. Arlena, what do you think? What do you think? We got the purple people on one side and the light blue on the other side. What do you think the purple people are on one side and the light blue are on the other side?
Adults and children.
But they look to be about the same size. Are you the same size as your mom?
No, he's bigger.
She's bigger, correct. Okay, so and the people in the picture, they all look to be about the same size, don't you think?
They're a little smaller. Like they're a little bit bigger and they're a little smaller.
Okay, so that's what you're seeing. That's good. What do you think there, Marley? Marley, what do you think? Because how does this picture apply to what we read in Shemot 28:2?
I assume each one has to make a garment for Aaron, for their brother Aaron.
No.
Aaron's got a lot of brothers. Then
Yeah.
he's got like 5 brothers there and 5 brothers there and another 5. That's a lot of brothers, man. That's a big family. Where are you gonna all sit down for dinner, man?
Wouldn't a heron be like a material then?
Well, the key part is the word that's the words that are underlined. What's the words that are underlined?
Set apart.
What do you think set apart means, Marley?
Well, like different from all the other things, and like jewelry, you keep it like away from and clean, away from bad things.
Okay. So what do you think there, Mr. Adrian? Adrian? Yeah, what do you think this picture is representing with the underlying word? What do you think this set apart means?
To not be in the same group. It's not exactly in the meaning like outcast, where you're just kicked out of the group, but you're set apart. You're chosen out of the group for a calling, and in this case, to serve God.
Okay, so why do you think one couple of groups are on one side of the crack and another group is on the other side of the crack? What do you
They're
think
set
about
apart
that?
from each other.
So one group would be good grouping and one would be bad grouping, or just the crack is just a crack in the earth?
Well, I mean, they won't have. That crack probably signifies how their community thinks about each other, how their communities.
Okay, all right, that's a good idea. What do you think, Allie Mae? What do you think there, Allie Mae? Can't hear you, Flo.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now there, Flo.
I think what this picture means is that it means that one side is unholy people, like one side of the crack, and the other is holy people. And the people that are separated into groups by colors are like certain groups. So like inside that group. So like one could be, it could be like different kind of jobs or something like that. So like one could be a priest and one could be like soldiers for the army. And then some could just be young men that aren't old enough to go into the army yet or become a priest yet. Or it could be women.
Okay, very good, Allie Mae. You've had some coffee this morning, have you?
No, I haven't
No.
actually.
You've
I
eaten
just ate my breakfast.
You ate your breakfast?
Yeah, I just did.
Wow, look, you got some brain matter going. That's pretty good. What do you think there, Miss Leia? What do you think about there's like there's 4 groups on one side of the crack and another 4 groups on the other side of the crack. What do you think the different groups represent, and what do you think the crack represents, Leia?
The group, the
Speak up, please.
what the crack I think represents is like in the scripture to be set apart. It's like to organize the people from unholy and holy, because yeah, it's to organize the people from where they stand. Like part of the people are unholy, another part are clean, and the crack just kind of organizes that to separate them.
Okay, and our last person, Mia, what do you think about this whole? Got 4 groups on the one side, 4 groups on the other side, different colors, and a crack is separating, but they're on either side of the crack. They're in groupings.
It could be that one side's holy and the other one's unholy, and that the holy people have different jobs to do, like in their part of being consecrated for God. Well, the unholy don't have any job related to God. I mean, yeah, like a ministry job for the holy people. Like there's the priests, there are the Levites who maintain the tabernacle. They're the managers of the offering, which would also be the Kohanim. Things like that. Asher, you
Very
want
good, Mia. Asher, what do you want to say? You're just making lots of noise.
the
What do you want to say there, Mr. Asher, man?
Oh.
I want to make the sound of a beep. All right, now let me go to one last grouping of people. Laraland. Let me see who's in Laraland. Yeshua, what are you sitting in the back there? What do you think of the different group of people? What do you think the crack represents, Mr. Yeshua?
The different colors.
What represents?
Well, why do we got different colors, Yeshua?
Because they can be together because they're not the same.
Why?
Because they all have different color like orange, green, yellow, blue, dark blue, purple, orange, and red.
Why do you think you got the red guys on one side and the orange guys on the other side of the big crack? Birdie, do you want to talk?
What do you think?
Because they all have to be on one side.
Why, Yeshua?
Because of the commandments.
What do the commandments represent?
Follow the word of Jehovah.
Okay, so you got the red guys on the one side and the green guys on the other side. Why do you think they're on different sides of the crack?
Why do you think they're different sides? Or the crack? Why?
Because they're not the same.
Okay, they're not the same. Okay, that's good. All right, everybody. What we're going to be talking about today and through the rest of the week, it said in verse 2, you are to make for your brother Aaron garments set apart for serving God, expressing dignity and splendor. Okay, so the first part of what we're learning today is everybody had an opportunity to talk about the picture. Because I put the pictures on the Parasha to give you an idea of separation, set apart. So the red guys are separated from the green guys. And the blue guys are separated, the light blue guys are separated from the purple guys. But then the the 5 purple guys are in one group. The 5 red guys are in one group. Okay? The 5 orange guys are in one group. Okay? So that represents that we're separate. Now, the first part means that we got to look at is separation. One of the things your parents have done, and you might think it's good or bad, but you might like it, and you might not even know the difference because you might have never gone to public demonic school. Okay? In the public school, they're going to teach you garbage, and they're going to be giving parents to let their children go to public school are giving their children over to the god Moloch. Okay? They're going to teach about Islam. They're going to teach about homosexuality. They're going to teach about lying, cheating, and stealing in public school because that's what you're going to hear. Okay, at home, the first thing you want to think about is you're one of the purple people. Yay, I'm a purple people. I'm a purple people leader. Everybody go purple people leader. Come on, everybody do purple people leader. Lift your arms up. Purple people leader. I'm a purple people leader. Okay, I'm separated. All right, I'm separated. So you got the one group of the purple, and you got the dark blue, and you got the red and the orange. So they're on the right side. They're on the right. That means they're, let's say on the good side. The people on the left, they're on the bad side, especially nowadays. The people on the left, those people are going to hell. They're bad. They have no morals and no values. But the people on the right have morals and values. But then we got different groups, okay? And the different groups represent different jobs. So let's say the red group is a bunch of ladies, okay? The ladies have a certain job to do, okay? The purple group, let's say that's young boys, okay? They got a certain job to do. The orange group, they got a certain job to do, okay? And the dark blue, they got a certain job to do on the holy side. Now, also on the unholy side, on the left-hand side, let me get my little marker here. I think that'll be better. Let me get my little marker thing here. On the unholy side, on the left-hand side, you got the unholy side. You got the Democrats. No, most of them are on the unholy side. Then you got the groupings of people. You got the yellow, who live in their parents' basement until they're 35. You got the blue, who love to play video games all the days of their lives and don't do anything good with their lives. They have no job function, but they want you to give them money because they can play video games really good. You got the orange, who think that they're really army men, but they've never even shot a gun. They shoot guns on video games. Well, I'm a great warrior on video games. You got the green people who live in California who don't want plastic straws, okay, because they think plastic is killing the planet. No, it's stupid people. And the planet has been, if you think you're secular, the planet's been around for a couple of billion years. I think it can sustain a bunch of green people. All right. So then, now Aaron, let's see who can tell me. Let's see if anybody wants to lift up their hand this time. Okay. Who can tell me what Aaron's job was? What was Aaron's job? Okay. Ben, tell me what Aaron's job is.
Being Cohen, like he was the person who he was a priest. His job was to make sure like the offerings were perfect, like everything was perfect for God.
Okay, very good. Are you guys in PA?
Yeah.
Okay. Allie Mae, tell me a little bit more about Aaron's job. Ben did a pretty good job. Tell me a little bit more about Aaron's job.
Aaron's job is called the high priest, and what he's supposed to do is he can do a lot of things. Like I read that if somebody has Tetzaveh, that he has to go up and examine the Tetzaveh spot, and he has to isolate that person.
Okay, so the high priest would go and separate the person. He would examine the person. He's like a medical doctor. Okay, Mia's got her hand up. Mia Wiachia.
The Kohen Hagadol, or the high priest, can also, this point is Aaron. He will like bring the offerings to God and intercede for the people's sins. Like anything.
Go ahead.
Like any sin, like it could be inadvertent error. It could be that, say, that someone that had accidentally sinned and didn't know it, or it could be on or it could be the people's sins, like when if a person walks away from God but then wants to come back to God and wants to ask the Lord for forgiveness, the person will bring an offering and tell the high priest what he wants to say to the Lord. It's like the high priest is the connection between the people and God, like the earthly connection. Or you could take it to Yeshua, who is the Kohen Hagadol for us. He's a connection between us and Jehovah.
Okay, so the priest was an intercessor, the Kohen Hagadol. Okay, now let me ask Marley. Marley, what does it mean? It says set apart for serving God. Garments they're set apart for serving God, expressing dignity and splendor. What does that mean? Dignity and splendor.
Well, dignity is like, oh, I definitely know what dignity means, but I don't know how to put it in words.
Well, what does the word expressing? What does the word express when you express something?
Expressing is like showing.
Expressing is like showing. What do you think, Adrian?
Expressing is like expressing, you're showing everyone. That's how you're feeling. You're showing your dignity and splendor. Your outwardly appearance is expressing dignity and splendor, or it means that your youth is coming off. Everyone can tell that you're
on a fishing expedition.
Yes.
You're on a fishing. Everybody, give the fishing. Get your fishing pole. Okay. Adrian is on a fishing expedition. I don't think he's caught anything. I don't think he caught anything. He's just.
Another boot.
You didn't even catch a boot. You were fishing. He was on a trawler out in the middle of nowhere. Let's see if Allie Mae can help us out here. Adrian was on a fishing expedition, and we were like out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean somewhere. And we're, Adrian, what are you doing? Okay, Allie, can you help me out here? What does expressing? I'm expressing myself.
Expressing means like to show to show emotions to something or someone.
Okay, to show emotion. So how can clothing, because it said Aaron's garments, set apart for serving God, Elohim, expressing dignity and splendor. So how can garments show? So expressing. Leia, you're next.
It could be expressing anything. Like you could be expressing your emotions. You could be expressing how you feel about it, and you can express just like your favorite clothes. You could express anything pretty much.
Okay, what does your shirt express about you today?
It expressed my favorite kind of tennis shoes.
Your shirt expresses your favorite kind of tennis shoe?
Yeah, Nike.
Oh, okay. Nike. All right. Leia, what do you think expressing dignity and splendor? So why are we making garments for Aaron that express dignity and splendor? What does expressing mean?
Expressing means to show what you feel, or to express a thought that you have. It means to demonstrate how you feel, or what you're thinking.
To show what you feel, you're thinking. Okay. All right. So Mia, so expressing is to show how you feel or what you're thinking. What is dignity and splendor? Why are we making garments for Aaron to serve your Elohim in dignity and splendor?
Well, to serve Jehovah, you have to be ready for it. Like you have to humble yourself. Humble yourself. Like make sure you are clean before going before Jehovah. This means not being sick, like being sick or things like that. Don't what it means like expressing dignity and splendor is that these garments will show Aaron's position and power, whether he's in low power or in high power. It will show
What do you mean a low power or a high power?
like is he in a lower rank? Like is he in a lower? Does he have a job that doesn't require that much? Like yeah, there's the temple maintenance, but I mean something lower than that. Like I don't know, something. Never mind. Like I mean, yeah, there's temple maintenance, but that's a lower power, a lower rank than being the high priest, the Kohen Hagadol, going to intercede for people. And what I mean by lower and higher ranks is that the higher rank, which would be the Kohen Hagadol, he has to make sure nothing goes wrong, and not that could get himself killed.
So wait, let's stick with the clothing here. So how is clothing, did so Aaron is a Kohen Hagadol. He's got 12 stones on his chest. So the next Kohen Hagadol or the one underneath him would only have 11?
No, only the Kohen Hagadol gets the breastplate and like the and those garments. The next one who's going to be in line, he is just a priest. He is not the high priest. The one next in line.
So then why are these clothes set apart for serving God? Why do these particular clothes express dignity and splendor? What would be the purpose of that?
To show that he is in an important part he has an important job. An
important job, and he is serving
God. He is serving God. He has an
There you
job.
go. Woo! You took a bite of my fishing pole. All right. We've been doing this for a half hour. Everybody, do the Ally Mae. Oh! Do the Ally Mae. Do a stretch. Oh! Wiggle your hip. Oh! All right, come back. All right, don't smack your brother or sister too hard. Whack him in the head. Whack them all. All right. So now it's very interesting that you're going to make your brother Aaron garments. That means a certain type of clothing. That means you're set apart for serving God. Okay, one of the things that only the boys are to wear and the men were to wear the sitio on the four-corner garment. It's a garment. You don't put the sitio in the belt loop because that's not a corner. Okay, it's supposed to be a corner. You got some weird people out there putting them in their belt loops. I don't know how you get a corner out of a belt loop. It's kind of silly because Elvis said it's supposed to be in the corner. So, it's gotta be on a corner. Okay, not on a round circle because circles don't have corners. Right, Ben? Circles don't have corners? Okay. So corner. So when Aaron puts these clothes on, these clothes for serving Elohim, God here, the word is Elohim, expressing meaning they show. Okay? Listen up, Mr. Adrian, because you were on a fishing expedition, you couldn't explain to me the word express it. Okay? You were like, okay? So these clothes that are set apart for serving Elohim express dignity, means they show dignity. Okay? See, people of God are supposed to, let's say this purple group over here, and the red group, the people on the right, serving God, are supposed to dress differently. They're supposed to look differently. They're supposed to act differently. That's why we got the people over here on the right side are the good people. The people on the left side are the bad people. The people on the right side are the holy people. The people on the left side are the unholy people. The people on the right side wear proper clothing. Okay? It's getting kind of warm out. Okay? It's getting near summer. Okay? We're coming to the near summertime. All right? And a lot of times when it's kind of warm outside, people wear less and less clothing. One of the things I noticed when we went down to North Carolina the other day is something from the 1970s is back. In the 1970s, girls were wearing short shorts, meaning their butts were sticking out of their shorts. Okay? So their body parts that only their husbands are supposed to see, okay, were sticking out of their clothing. So their clothing, their garments, their clothing that I saw down there, and it was warm in some places, okay, they are set apart not for serving Elohim. Those type of clothing, if you got your butt hanging out of your shorts, those clothes are set apart for serving the devil. Oh, you're such a prude. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to serve God because our clothing that all of us are supposed to be wearing is to express dignity and splendor. Splendor meaning something spectacular, something great, something mighty, because we're serving Elohim. If you're set apart, if you're one of these purple people, you're set apart because you're on the right, you're serving God. Okay? God, our God, Jehovah, Elohim, is the king of the universe. So Aaron, the high priest, they had garments that were set apart for serving God, to mean that he was different. The groups over here on the right are different than the groups over here on the left. The groups over here on the right are good. Anybody on the left is bad. Okay? They don't serve God. They are separated by this crack in the middle. Okay? So the clothing that you wear when you go out, people are going to look at you and go, wow, she's got her butt hanging out. All the young men are going to go, yeah, I want to look at that girl because her butt's hanging out. You want girls, when you grow up, you want men looking at your soul, not just your body, your soul. A good soul, an honorable soul. You're to be, young ladies, you are to be set apart for a higher purpose. Okay? So we got the two sides. So that's what we start off our Parasha. Okay, that's the main focus of mainly the Bible is to set us apart to be holy. Okay, and Jehovah gives us rules. So when somebody says we don't have to follow the rules anymore, then how do you to be set apart? Okay, how do you be set apart? If you don't have rules, how can you be set apart? Okay, sort of like when you're doing your math test. 3 plus 3 is 7, right, Ben? 3 plus 3 is 7? 17.
No, it's 6.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Marley is 24 plus 24, 65.
No, Elise. It's 24 plus 24, 65.
I
No?
think he was talking to me.
I'm pretty sure you were talking to Marlise, right?
So you weren't listening. Not good, guys. You're set apart. You're not being set apart. If you're not listening, guys, why even be in class?
No, I'm listening. It's just that mixing up the names. My name sounds like hers. Hers sounds like mine.
Yeah, Marlise.
Do you have a middle name, Marley?
Mm,
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if we can really
Yeah.
remember them.
We have middle names.
What's your middle name?
My full name is apparently Adrian Kenneth William.
Okay, well, there's only one Adrian in the room, and Marley's does sound similar. Marley, do you have a middle name?
Yeah, she does.
Say it.
Anne Marlene.
Marlene.
No, Anne Marlene.
Just call me Marlene.
So Marlene and Marley. Okay, you don't have a middle. You don't have a middle name, Marley.
No, that's her middle name.
Her middle name is Marlene.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my middle name is a mixture of my mom's name and my daddy's name. Henriette.
What is it?
Henriette. It's a mixture of my mom's name and my daddy's name.
Yeah, our dad's named Andrew. Our mom's named Riette.
Pretty sure they know that already.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do.
So okay, I'll call Marlies. I'll call you Riette. Okay, that way it's simpler because it does sound. I'm always thinking, wait, Marley. I have to do it because the names are very similar. All right, so listen up now. All right, let's move on to the next part. All right, let's move on to our next slide. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, Mia, read verse 20 with feeling.
You are to order the people of Israel to bring you pure oil of pounded olives for the light, and to keep a lamp burning continually.
All right, we got some words that we got to make sure that the young kids understand what we're saying. All right, okay. Now we're building we're getting the oil for the menorah. Okay. Let's see if Yeshua is awake this morning. Yeshua, what does the word continually mean? Continually. This might be a little bit out of your range, but let's see if you
Never stop.
What'd you say?
Never stop.
Never stop. Very good. Continually means never stop. Okay. Now, Yeshua, what is pure? What is something that's pure? Okay, since you got continually, what is, since pure oil of pounded olive. What is a pure oil?
Clean oil.
No, what is pure?
Pure is
Ben, you're next.
nothing dirty. There's nothing dirty. It's clean.
Nothing dirty, it's clean. Okay, I can see where you're going with that. All right, Ben, what do you think is pure? What is something pure, Ben?
What's something pure? The Torah.
Well, it says you're the people that will bring you pure oil of pounded olives. What is pure oil?
Pure oil is like when we pure oil with no unclean things. Like it's not unclean. No one touched it. Like no one with that's sick or like who are unclean touched the oil.
Okay, that's getting there. It's pretty good. Arlena, what do you think? What is something that's pure? What does it mean by pure oil? What is pure oil? Briette, you're next.
No,
You're next.
Adrian. She's after.
What do you think, Arlena? Arlena, what do you think is pure? What does it mean something is pure?
What is pure?
What is something pure? Did you eat breakfast this morning, Arlena?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Riet. Riet, what do you think is? Explain to me, Riet, what is something pure?
What is something pure? When it's completely like, for example, if a person is pure, then that means they are holy. But if for example, if there's something that's like, for example, there can be something made of pure gold or pure evil,
What would be
completely that
what would be pure gold? How do you know what carat that would be? It says blank carat. You know,
Well, I haven't really learned about the carrots, like about
do
gold.
you like carrots?
Isn't it 24 karat gold?
Yes.
Okay, your brother and sister gave you the answer.
Carrots.
Yeah, I like carrots too.
All right, let me go over to Lev. Lev's got her hand up. Lev.
Oh, God. Yesterday, we our strawberry plant had a red strawberry like that big, a normal sized one. So that was the first fruit one, cause that was the first one strawberry that came out. So it was sweet, also.
Okay, what does this have to do with this? Absolutely nothing.
Lev, is it first? First. First. What is bickering the feast of? The first. Or it's it. The first fruits offering, because since we're talking about pure, I think it means like something that comes out first. That's the first thing that comes out. Like the first press of the olives, the first fruits offering, and the firstborn of the womb, and also the firstborn of donkeys, the males. So I think it's that has something to do with pure. How? I said.
Okay. All right, I see your train logic. Okay, the first strawberry is a pure strawberry. It's the first fruit. Okay. Okay, so the pure olive oil would be like the first strawberry. That's where I guess Lev's train was going. Okay. It's called pure virgin olive oil. Okay, it means there's nothing, Mia.
Can I say the 3 types of oil, please?
Okay.
Well, there are 3 types of oil. Extra virgin olive oil, which is the very first press of the olives, which means just press oil once. That's the first olive oil that comes out, which is the type of oil that is used for the menorah, because there's no particles of olives, like no olive seeds, no olive skin in it, pure oil. Now the virgin olive oil is the second press of it, so it's not going to be as pure. That is not used for the menorah, because it may or may not have some pieces of olive, let's say, or olive seeds or olive skins. Then there's a virgin olive oil, which is the last press, like the last remaining of the olives, which isn't pure. So the extra virgin olive oil is the pure olive oil. use for the menorah. It's just oil. Kind of like pure, like when something's pure gold, it's solid gold. No other metals in it. Just gold.
Okay, very good, Mia. Very good description of the 3 types of olive oil. That's why when you get pure virgin olive oil at the store, it's expensive. Okay, it's very expensive because it's pure liquid from the olives. Now, Ali Mae, it says you are to order the people of Israel to bring you pure oil of pounded olives for the light and to keep the lamp burning continually. Why can't we use the second pressing or the third pressing of the olive oil?
Because it wouldn't be pure.
Okay, so won't it burn just as good?
No, because it might have seeds and stuff in it.
Might have seeds and stuff in it, but you're just getting the liquid out. Okay, so why can't you get? You think it's gonna have seeds in it if you pounded olives? Adrian, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I think it would have seeds in it in the second time.
Have you ever gotten regular olive oil from the store?
I don't think so.
You always get just virgin olive oil?
Extra virgin.
You only have extra virgin olive oil, no regular olive oil?
Usually, yeah.
Usually. So that means not all the time.
I'm pretty sure that we always get extra virgin.
Okay. Leah, let's go over to Leah. Leah, why is Jehovah ordering us to only use the pure oil, pure olive oil, for the lamps of the menorah?
Because it's more it's made differently from your normal oil.
Okay. Expand upon that.
Like, because the way it's made is differently from your normal oil. Maybe it's pressed longer, the pure oil is pressed more longer and made of organic fresh olives, and it's for God's holy place. So we don't want to bring unpure oil to God's holy place.
Did they have anything but besides organic when we were in the desert?
Well, they didn't really have anything there was really nothing to eat in the desert. God gave them manna.
Then where did they get the olive oils from? The olive oil from? Did they go to the bodega down the street? They stopped at Walmart?
No, God could have gave it to them.
God could have given it to them?
No, there was no Walmart.
There's no Walmart?
Yeah, God could have. Not at that time. It wasn't invented.
So where did they get the oil from?
God could have made
drop
a
buckets from heaven?
Well, God could have rained down some olives for them to pound.
Where do you see that? What chapter and verse will I read that in?
I don't know.
Leia's on a fishing expedition. Everybody get your fishing poles out. Leia didn't catch anything. Ben, help us out here. And then Allie, you're next.
God might have put like a tree, an
Might have
olive
put like
tree.
a tree.
Huh?
You might have put like a tree, or he did put a tree.
No, he did put a tree. He put a tree. He put an olive tree.
But Leia was saying he's raining down olives from heaven. You know, people are walking and picking them up in the desert.
No, God didn't like rain like put olives like raining. No, he
He put a tree. He put an olive tree so that people can go picking for the olives. They could put it in like a, I don't know, like a, it was like a ginormous bowl. So they put it in there, and then they have to make it pure. Like they just pick. That's how God gave it to them. He just put a tree. He put an olive tree.
Okay. Okay, Ben, that was pretty good. Very, very good, Ben. Allie Mae had her hand up. Oh, and
God wanted pure oil because He wanted something without defect.
where is the menorah, Ben? Where would the menorah be found in the Mishkan?
It's in.
What section? I mean, this one is a little harder.
It's in the second. Well, there's an outer quarter. There's an outer court, and there's a inner court, but there's the holy place. So the menorah would be in the inner court.
Are you getting closer? Mia, where's the menorah found?
The menorah is in the holy place. Pretty much to the left of you. Pretty much, yeah. It's before. All right. Okay, the exact location. So upon entering the tent meeting, but after the hold on, sacrifice altar. I'm sorry, the bronze altar and the wash basin. There you go. And upon entering, you will see on both sides of you is the bread table and the menorah. So if you're standing there, it'd be to the left of you. To your left would be the menorah, and then to your right would be the showbread table, and then, but those two are before the incense altar, and then, yeah, the exact location of the menorah is in the holy place.
All right, very good, Mia. Very good, thank you. Now, if your parents allow you to go to YouTube, I want you to go look up the olive tree, how to get olives off an olive tree. It's a really cool video. It's pretty interesting how they get them off. There's this machine, and I think you'll find it very funny when you watch it. All right, so get your parents' permission, and let them look for how to get olives off an olive tree. Okay, because there in the picture you see, this is an olive tree. They don't get very tall. They get pretty wide. When you go to Israel, you see some real old olive trees. All right. It's now 10 o'clock. It's time to end our class. Who wants to end us in prayer? Shmooey. You gonna do it nice and loud, Shmooey, so we can hear you over the bird?
Louder, louder. No. Start again. Say it loud.
Amen. All right, everybody, have a good day. Talk to you later there, chickens.
Shalom, everyone.